Hi friends, Wes here. Just wanted to check in and do a thread response for Conrad, Dvdude30. He had his second thread ever, your Cherries thread. I'm saying a lot for some reason, I don't know. Anyway, poured myself a beer since apparently I'm an alcoholic anyway, so cheers. Enjoy that. His first question was the first song you ever memorized, and for me, that's off this album, Run DMC's album, Raising Hell. It was "You Be Illin'," which is sort of I guess, the most comedic song on here. But I remember being in Cub Scouts, and everybody was sort of rapping, singing this song, and I didn't really know what it was, and then I started hearing it on the radio, and I listened to it a lot, and I memorized it. It's one of those really fun comedic ones. It's pretty easy to remember, and so "You Be Illin'" Run DMC was the first song I ever remember memorizing. Okay, second question: first record that you wanted everyone to hear. I've never been that guy that's like turning people onto music. I've never been that guy who says you gotta listen to this. I'm very private about my musical taste. I have my personal tastes, and I realize that that's not gonna fit many other people. Most people probably don't want to listen to what I like to listen to, and that's okay. It's a very personal thing for me, and so I've never been like outwardly sharing like you got to hear this, because maybe it's not something they would like as much as I would. It's a very, very personal thing. But something I always do try to turn people on to is the Moody Blues Days of Future Past. Talked about this a lot in the past, and it's amazing. It's something people sometimes overlook. I try to tell them, just give it a chance. Sit down, take the 40 minutes or whatever, and listen to it all the way through. And it's a really great album. So that's one I definitely try to recommend to people. I definitely want everyone to hear it. Okay, question number 3. First record or song that you thought was naughty. Okay, so this goes back to the mid '80s again with sort of the Run DMC. My friend had that album, and he also had this Two Live Crew Is What We Are. And the song on here that was the dirtiest song on here probably, or the dirtiest song we thought was anyway, was "We Want Some Pussy." So, Two Live Crew, "We Want Some Pussy." Yeah, that was quite dirty for our 9 or 10-year-old minds. Question number 4: first album that you bought in several formats. This one was kind of difficult for me. I'm not really super sure. But one of the earliest, since I was sort of, at the time when I started buying music, it was the mid '80s, and we bought cassettes, because that was, CDs were expensive. They were more, they weren't the highest selling thing at the time. It was cassettes. Vinyl was on its way out. CDs were sort of coming up, but cassettes were there as sort of what everybody listened to. It's kind of like the MP3 of its day. Today most people listen to MP3s. They don't buy CDs are on their way out, and vinyl's on its way back in, but everybody, 99% of the people listen to MP3s. But one thing I bought one of the earliest cassettes I bought was MC Hammer, Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em. And then when I switched over to CDs, it was one of the earliest CDs I bought. And then when I started getting back into vinyl, it's one of the earliest ones I bought on vinyl, just because I happened to find it And so I'm gonna say that this one was the one of the first that I bought in multiple formats. So the final question, number 5, first album that you would hide if a VC member came to your house. This one was kind of difficult for me as well. I mean, I share all the stuff, the embarrassing stuff. I don't, and it's like I said, it's a personal thing for me. It's my taste. It's my music collection. I get to choose what's here, what I listen to, and I'm not really ashamed of any of it. So, you know, I've shown some what people might consider embarrassing things in the past. You know, I don't think anyone else in the vinyl community would have every Hanson CD as well as their first vinyl release. But another thing that might be considered embarrassing, I have 2 Grace and Chance CDs. But I mean, I enjoy listening to this, and it's my music collection, and you don't have to listen to it. I want to listen to it, so I don't know. It's not really embarrassing to me, but the best I can answer that question. Anyway, so it's great to see you back in the VC, Conrad. Missed you a lot. Love your music. Love your videos, and thanks for coming back. And hope you stick around this time. So I'm gonna go get drunk, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.